Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Exigent Sports. Coach DJ Pendergrass here with Coach Haney, my bad, Haney, out of California. My man, I got to sit back and watch some of your highlights, Coach. You was nice out there on that field in high school.
Yeah, man. I had a good high school career, man. I played corner and running back, so
Yeah, that was nice. Good. So what was your 40, Coach?
My 40 coming out, I probably ran about a 4.5, and then towards my senior year of college, I was in the 4.4s.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So did you play any other sports besides football?
I ran track a little bit in high school and stuff like that, but I went to an all-boys Catholic school. We was real good in football, so it was kind of a school where you stuck to one sport. But, I would run and train with the track team as well and work on my speed. But I was primarily just football. That was it.
Right. So tell us a little bit about where you're from and a little bit more about did you play youth football?
Yeah, so I played youth football. I played for a few teams in LA. I'm from Los Angeles, California. So I was able to play all around the city and get around, different players and different people from all over the city. LA is a real big city. We got about 4 million people there, so it's a lot of different areas of talent. You got Long Beach, you got LA, you got South LA. You got the Valley, which is about 30 or 40 minutes outside of the actual inner city. And then you got Compton, you got Watts, you got all these different, areas and backgrounds and, of different people that you could play with. And, I touched every single part of the city, which is why I know a lot of people in the whole city because I played Pop Warner, with different people from all over. And then I was fortunate enough to play on a few all-star teams, and then I played in the Snoop Youth Football League. So, that's a real highly competitive league that's out of Southern California, and they had a special on it on Netflix at one point in time and stuff like that. So I was able to play with elite guys, and then going into high school, those same, players that I played with, whether they were older or on my team, we all ended up going Division I, at the end of it as well. So, I was fortunate enough to have a skill set that allowed me to be able to go and travel and meet different people. So it was good.
So you actually got to play on the Snoop's team. Was he the coach?
He was the coach on the older team. My coach was Willie McGinnis and the Raiders head coach. So basically, they'll chop the teams up. You got age 12 to 13, and you got 13 to 14, 10 to 11, 9 to 8, and then different coaches. You get what I'm saying? So Snoop was on the oldest. I went to high school at 13, so I graduated when I was 17. So I was young.
Wow.
So the team I played on, we had Antonio Pierce, which is the head coach at the Raiders. And then we have Willie McGinnis, he's on a sports. He's on ESPN. You've seen him starting linebacker for the Patriots, won a few Super Bowls and stuff like that. So those two were my head coaches, but we all travel under the Snoop All-Star bandana, and then boom, now we're going to go play in Vegas. We're going to go play in, different states and stuff like that. So
did you ever make it? Did that team ever go to the Battle in Rocky Top here in Tennessee?
They probably have. I graduated in 2015, so they probably went after that. The few places that I know where they went or we went was to Texas when they played Deion Sanders' team. This is pre-Colorado. We had a team called Truth. Yeah. That was like his Pop Warner team, so that was back in the day. Went to Florida, went to go play the South Florida Gators with that all-star team. Went to Detroit.
Wow.
We went to Vegas to go play every team that was from Vegas, Arizona, stuff like that. So those are the teams that I remember where we went.
Nice. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Exigent Sports. We do have to take a small commercial break, but you tune in and make someone aware. Please share right now. It's a perfect time to do that, but we'll be right back.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
As a child, we're taught to share. We share things like our toys, our crayons, and our phones. But there are some things that we don't share, like our toothbrush, our underwear, and our medicine. Medicine can be life-saving when taken as directed by a doctor, but it can have dangerous consequences when misused. Taking someone else's medicine could make us sick, get us in trouble, and can even lead to overdose. Let's share when it's appropriate, but always remember, we don't share medicine. Brought to you by ASAP of Anderson. Prevention works.
Dad always worked hard, and even though he could never tell me exactly what he did at the lab, I knew he was doing it for us. He was always there for me, for all of us. But now it's my turn to keep him safe. It's good to know there's help.
To find out how to get all the benefits you or your loved one has earned with their medical benefits card, call the home option and see how we can help.
It's the best 6 days of summer. The Anderson County Fair, July 15th through the 20th. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Kids 15 and under get in free. It's all the fun and rides that you love at the fair. Regular admission is $10 per night or $40 for a season pass. And you can pay one price for all the rides. There's nightly entertainment and cash giveaways. And don't miss the 16th annual truck pull on Thursday and Friday. The Anderson County Fair, July 15th through the 20th. Be there for the best 6 days of summer.
Commercial Metals Company is still a locally operated company that's serving the people of East Tennessee with convenient hours of operation. Commercial Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing is too big or too small. Still have that old clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Commercial Metals are specialists in commercial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Commercial Metals encourages you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. Member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Commercial Metals Company. Turn that scrap into cash.
So you were playing in the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like, getting ready to prepare for your bridge from the high school level to the collegiate level?
I would say I always knew I had talent, and I was a late bloomer, but I always knew I had talent, but I came at a crossroads in the early part of my high school career where a few things that was happening, kind of just forced me to be at a crossroads to where, hey, I'm about to take off and shoot for this next level, or I'm going to sit right here and be stagnant and, just not make it, So I think around the end of my 10th grade year, my head coach at the time, he was starting to groom me and say, hey, you coming with us to the playoffs. Like, you're not about to go hang out with your friends on the weekend, even though you're not playing or getting reps. Like, I see greatness in you. And, a lot of coaches there was saying that. But, I was still young. Like I said, I was 14 when I was a sophomore. You get what I'm saying? 15, 16 as a junior. And then I was 17 when I went and was a freshman in college. So at this time, I still had that kid in me where I want to go hang out with my friends. Coach, you're not giving me no reps, so I want to go hang out with my friends on the weekend. You're like, no, you come to work out, you come to do this, all this. Like, you're going to come to this playoff game, even though you're not playing. I'm mad and stuff. And then, my mom at the time, she was telling me to go too, like, don't go hang out with your friends, like, all this stuff. And I couldn't really see the vision. You get what I'm saying? And then the more hard work that I start to put in, like I said, I was fortunate enough to go to a really small, a really prestigious football program where we were allowed to go in there and work out at 5:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning, all that stuff. And then once I got around a high school coach, in particular, one of my high school coaches, he started just putting all these words of positive affirmations, into my life. And then that kind of just springboarding me into a machine And my junior year, I just turned into a weapon, and it was like overnight success. You know, I went from not having nothing and, you know, talking to my mom like, man, I don't know what to do and all this stuff. And then just overnight success, start getting Power 5, look like offers and all that stuff. So it just shot up from there.
Wow. And that's cool. And I'm glad you said Power 5. And before I forget about it, I'm going to go ahead and skip to that, because I was going to ask you, right? I know you play for Utah State University with the Aggies. You know, shout out to those guys. And on the West Coast.
Yeah.
What is the difference between getting a D1 offer and a D1 Power 5 offer? What is the difference?
The difference I would say would definitely be, you know, at that time, this is 2015. So, like, it wasn't the NIL wasn't out. You know, it was a lot of stuff that wasn't out. Now, we had Twitter, we had media. You get what I'm saying? There was a lot of media coverage that was just starting to break through and stuff like that. But I think the real difference, in my experience, from getting the Power 5 and between getting a G5 or an FCS, I think number one is the competition. The high school that you at, it's everything. You know,
Okay.
the program, you know, the winning tradition. Are y'all winning championship? Do you guys have a track record or a history of getting guys out to college, period? You know,
Right.
Who's your head coach? Does he have connections? You get what I'm saying? Like, is the head coach bringing the team to college campuses? You get what I'm saying? So I was more fortunate enough to, you know, be able to play in these stadiums in there, so these coaches getting eyes on me. You know, like I said, I'm 5'11", so at that time I was 5'10", maybe 160 pounds. So, you know, me, I was fortunate enough to get Power 5, Pac-12, Power 5, just because I had that prototypical body type and size. I'm from the area, and I had more upside, you know, in my game, and then I was versatile, you know, and then on top of that, when I was at these camps, you know, I was going versus the 4 stars and the 5 stars, you know, so I was bringing it, you know, I was bringing it, and that was kind of the, you know, the aura that I had was, you know, when I was coming, I was the top underdog, you know, so everybody else already had their offers coming out their sophomore, freshman year. Mine came after my junior season, you know, so my early junior season, when it was time to go play these teams and we playing this team, I'm stepping up to the plate and guarding. If it was 2 4 stars on both opposite sides, first down I'm gonna go that way. Second down I'm gonna go to guard him, and then on third down if they put him in the slot, I'm going to get him. So then I started to get traction, and you know, in the LA Times as this cornerback, you know, that was backing down from nobody. And then it just went from there, you know, it just shot up. So I think, you know, the difference between, you know, getting that Power 5 and that G5 and that FCS, you know, a lot of times, a lot of players are better than what they're being recruited at, you know, where they're being recruited at. But I think, you know, me being from LA, which is a big football hub, you know, I was able to be more unique as far as when y'all come to my 707, like, you're going to get entertained because you're going to see me go from outside corner, following him, inside, going outside, going to safety, going to nickel. So, you know, I tried to just brand myself in that way.
Well, as far as being entertained, Coach, I was blessed enough to join ETSU's camp you guys had, and I watched you a lot. And it looked like you still got it a little bit, Coach. But you're very engaged with the kids. You move well. It looked like you still got the good body movement. So you're able to get the kids in the right position, man.
Yeah, man. And I'm fortunate enough, you know, to be able to still move around and stuff like that. But, like, you know, you got to be engaged with these. You got to be engaged with the kids. Like me, everything I do is 100%. Like, if I'm not going to do nothing, then I won't do it if it's not 100%. So, like, with the kids, I don't care if they, like I told them yesterday, like, hey, you work out with me for an hour, you work out with me for 10 minutes, you with me for 1 minute, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to give you my best. Like, it's nothing that you're going to get from me that's passionate. Everything I do is just passionate, and it's real and authentic. And, I enjoy doing what I do, and I enjoy helping the kids as much as I can. Anytime I'm called to do that, I'm called to serve, as a coach. So, that's kind of just my identity.
Without you telling me that, I know that, right? And I'm going to tell you what was the favorite part of my camp. I was able to come Thursday. The favorite part about that camp was when camp was over, you had your defensive back group hanging out with you, and you were just chatting with them. Well, that led to some wide receivers coming over, some linemen came over, some defensive backs coming over. I mean, not defensive backs, some linemen and linebackers coming over. Coach, when I tell you everybody was, trying to leave, but you had this one group, and all these kids was huddled around you, and it was like, it was almost like a concert, like they was watching, a concert, like they was engaged, and it was you speaking. So that was the favorite part for me to come to that camp, and that was a true blessing, man. That was a true blessing. So without you telling me that, I definitely can see that, because camp was over, your kids can been gone already, but you had your group, and then your group gravitated other positions over there to your group. And that was a good sight to see, man. That was real cool. Cool.
Man. Yeah, man. Nah, it was cool. And like I said, like everything I do, I try to make sure that I just exalt myself. Like the same teachings that I would teach my cornerbacks, the same teachings that I would teach a high school kid that I just met at a camp. Like it's the same thing. So if I require you to give me 100%, I'm about to give you 100% too as well. And then after, like I was a high school player myself, and I always wanted to talk to coaches, but I never, knew how to communicate, because the labels and everything, you kind of get starstruck. You get what I'm saying? And you may not know. And I always want to make sure that I just, make sure everybody is comfortable around me, and then once they feel my energy and everything, man, you can go ahead and ask me anything, but I'm going to make sure that when I leave here, I'm going to be the last one that left, and then you're going to have as much information as you can have, so when you go home, now you're inspired, now you can keep going, and get to where you need to get to in life, because, we only got one life, so I got to make sure that, hey, anytime it's a kid in front of me, and whatever he may need, period, when I'm right there in this eye contact, man, I'm going to give you my all. And, I think a lot of kids, they like that and they gravitate towards that, because at the end of the day, I don't look at what you got wise. If you don't got anything wise, you could be a 28, you could be a freshman, you could be a rising, corner or football player with tons of offer. Like, I'm going to give you the same attention that I would give a player that I want to commit, even if you're a player that I know you may not work out here at ETSU. Like, it's just the authenticity. That's what I target. A lot of kids love it.
Well, and I see that, Coach. Let me ask you, I know it's different from you when you was on your way from high school. And what we do here on Exigent Sports is we help the kids bridge the gap. We help the parents bridge the gap on what it's going to take. What steps should you take? What are the things that you would encourage parents and their kids to do if they want to be a student athlete at the next level coming from high school?
I think for one, with me and my mom, right, it takes a village, right? It takes a village, right? I think what parents need to do with their kids is, for one, you have to put him in situations, right, to where his full athletic ability is tested, right? So we can gauge and see where you're at.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, you got to put him in those big time camps. You got to put him up versus, even in high school, like whoever that kid is, let's say your son's a freshman, and then this kid is a junior and he might have, 7 offers, he needs to go battle versus him. You get what I'm saying? Like, he needs to get that experience, I think a lot of times, visuals are everything to me.
Yeah.
If you can see it, you can achieve it, you can believe it, get it done. So I think, getting your kid early to go into these games, right? Seeing these players, right? Seeing their speed, seeing their size. Now they have something to work on when they're in 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade. You know, I was fortunate enough to, when I was a kid, you know, one of my god brothers, you know, played at USC in 2005, 2006. So I got pictures of me and Pete Carroll, me and Reggie Bush. I'm breaking down the huddle when I'm 7, 8 years old, literally on the sidelines at they practice every single day with my shoulder pads, knee pads on, thigh pads on, and my cleats on and my helmet on every day.
Yeah.
This is when USC was the Bama of what we think today.
Yes.
This is Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush,
yes.
right? Mike Williams, Steve Smith.
Yes.
You know, this is that era.
Okay.
Like, I was there every single day. And when I say every single day. And my dad at the time would bring me to every single USC football game. I didn't know it at the time that he was grooming me to see it.
Right.
Because a lot of times you might just need to see it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And I think that's the biggest factor right now is being able to see it and going to these places earlier than later. So now when they see it, they believe it. Like, okay, wow, he like this. Wow, this player, you know, this player that they may love, you know, they may go to, you know, whatever school, and this player that they've been, you know, looking at on YouTube or looking at how they seeing them, they're like, okay, now when I go on my drills, I can mimic moves like him, or, you know. And then once they coach plant that seed in their head that you need to work like this to get like him,
yeah,
then it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, then it's going to happen. So I think, you know, that's a big thing as far as, you know, getting them to see it. Like every kid that I tell out of camp, I say, listen, you guys need to find every single way to get to our practice or come to a game. Because I'm going to prove it to you now. This is what it is. And then you're going to see I'm coaching them the exact same way that you was being coached in camp. And then now when I send this cornerback to the league, it's all going to just make sense. You know, we're going to keep it super simple. You know,
yeah,
so
I love that.
That's one of the big factors that I would say, you know, and then the training and everything else, that'll work with itself. But I think that mental, you know, picture that they could be able to just process and go to those games and see it early, they'll start believing in it. And then when they get better, just continue to believe in themselves, and then they'll be great players for sure.
So would you say in your little league tenure, you know, prior to middle school, high school, you know, was you considered one of the best then, or were there kids that was better than you?
Listen, you know, like, I wasn't even the best. Like, I wasn't even the best. My mom thought I was good. I literally told her this maybe a few months. I was like, Mom, I wasn't even good. Mom, I wasn't even good. I knew one day I was going to be good.
Right.
I wasn't good, but I was always truthful in my process. And then I always told myself when I got to 9th grade, right, and I figured out my body type and I started growing, you know, and started, you know, greatness is a process. I really do believe that, you know, and everybody got different processes. You know, some are early birds, some are late bloomers. You know, some are early birds, some got the Pop Warner sensations. We all know that he's going to be this, and he gets to college and he crash. You know? And then the ones that was sitting on the bench or, you know, wasn't getting that many playing time or, you know, wasn't that, he just started to grow and grow and grow and just take off, you know. And me, I played a lot. Like, I was fortunate enough to play on all-star teams. And, you know, as I got older, you know, I started to get better. But, you know, I'll never forget, I was at this camp, my 8th grade year, this USC Rising 8th graders camp. And, you know, they picking the teams, right? And they picking all these players. And in my heart, I'm like, I know y'all going to pick me at least in the first 30. I was the last one picked. It's like 200 kids.
Wow.
And I vowed to myself. I said, when I get to college, none of these players better not see me. And then I ended up seeing one of these players, and I ended up playing. The first player that they picked was a player that was really, really good in 8th grade, ran a 4.4 in 8th grade.
Wow.
4.4, right? I ended up playing him in college. We ended up beating their team really bad. You know, I ended up getting, you know, that's what I'm saying, like, life worked full circle, but, you know, it's all just a process. And, you know, and once you master your process and how you work and how you do things on the high school level as far as working out, you know, staying focused, you know, being able to go to camps, being able to just get better in the process, you know, it'll all work out for you once you get to college.
Absolutely. And I tell a lot of my students or players, because I've had I'll tell you, the first ETSU coach I've had on the show was Jay Graham, right? Shout out to Jay Graham. And he fed me a lot of knowledge. But his thing is always, you got to work hard, but even if you have a chance to make it to the professional league, like, what are you going to do after, right? And so I tell a lot of my people to come on the show, like, under one roof, it's a business, right? So ETSU, or even at the professional level, you have, fitness trainers, doctors, personnel, coaches, referees. You have, lawyers for finance, all kind of different things under one roof. So to make sure that they get everything, that they're going to school for what they really love. And if sports don't work out for them, they still can stay in sports and make a career, right? You're a prime example of that, right? So I don't know what your chances were to go to the NFL, but I do know that you coached at Murray State. I do know that you're at ETSU now. What would you encourage a kid about, how long football can be and what you should do if it doesn't work?
That's the biggest thing, right? It's because, once you start this, it's always an end, it's always an end. And, what I tell my corners now, what I told my defensive backs that I had at Murray State, or any young corner, that put their all into something, and become smart at it and learn the game. And you may not have had your chance. You may have had COVID. Like, I had COVID hit. We didn't have a pro day, anything like that. But I felt like I had enough film and I had enough accolades that I could have had a shot at the next level. I definitely feel that and believe that. But I always know that, sometimes powers that be just doesn't let that happen, and life moves on. So, what I would tell the kids is if this is something that you truly love and believe in, then, the biggest thing is helping the next person. And I always felt like I put so much into this game, and I still got another gear that I haven't even hit yet, knowledge-wise. Just being able to articulate and communicate and just affect people, that it was a no-brainer for me to be a coach, and I did mine the hard way. I did mine the hardest way that you could do possible, because I went from the West Coast into the deep South in Kentucky, didn't know anybody, didn't know anything about recruiting or anything like that. None of the coaches knew me except for one coach. So, being able to be a grad assistant there and then get hired full-time Division I. I didn't take any, I kind of shot up, faster than the normal coaching process as it goes, and then to be here at ETSU, which is another great program, another great team around some great coaches. And this was another move that I made that, I'm the only one that's from California. I don't have any real time. I didn't coach with any of these coaches here. This was more, word of mouth. But that's that guy over there, doing a good job. And then coming here with this staff. So, I just apply the same rules, the same, values when I was a football player, into my coaching, going hard, being the top underdog, always working and always leaving a great effect on people. So, for anybody that wants to join and be a coach, man, I think this is the best job that you can have, because you're able to teach, you're able to lead, you're able to guide. You get what I'm saying? And you're able to teach yourself in the process too, So, I would just say, man, listen, I encourage everybody to try it. Just give it a try. Just try it, give it a try, man. Especially us, we all in this business. We love this. It's a passionate game, So that'll be my advice, man. I encourage everybody to do it.
No, I appreciate that. My son, you definitely left the impact on him. He came Thursday. He was in the DB's group. He wore number 12. His name's DJ Pendergrass.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah, so he told me to tell you what's up too, by the way.
Yeah, man, tell him I said what's up.
I will. But you definitely left. Yeah, you left the impact on him, man, so I appreciate that. So I plan, to get around you as much as possible. Like you said, come to those games and let him engage and see what's going on there with, with the players and stuff like that. So, fingers crossed on that. That'd be a good move for him, because like I said, the favorite part of that camp for me was when it was all said and done. Like, you went from your group to gravitating a whole bunch of different kids around you as if it was a concert. So, shout out to you for that, Coach. Yeah. So, Coach, tell me something somebody might not know about you. Your average person on the West Coast, what's something they might not know about you? Can you cook? Do you fish? What are you like, rock climbing? What's something someone might not know about you?
Yeah, man, I like to cook, man. I can cook a lot, man. I can cook, grill. I can grill, bake, fry, sear, whatever you need done in the kitchen, man. I get it done, man. So I got a good passion for cooking, man. I cook for my corners every Saturday. So every Saturday.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, every Saturday they get a big meal.
Nice.
That's coming from me. So that's one of my hidden talents, man. I know I cook. I know I cook better than any coach on our team right now.
Okay.
Hands down.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. That's
nice.
Man,
man. I like to cook. What else? What else do I do? I mean, I read a lot of books, and I read tons of books. And then I give out books too as well to my corners here, making sure that they read in the summer, just something that I may feel that they need, in their spirit. If this corner is lacking something, I'll give them a book. You got a week and a half to, give me a summary about this book. I read this book, so you can't pull the wool over my eyes. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Just to change it up on them and stuff like that. So,
that's nice, Coach.
Yeah, reading and cooking is my two favorites.
That's what's up, man. I like that. That's awesome, Coach. I really like that. That's pretty cool. That was something I need to know right there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. So I give them a book on, whatever. If they need to read The Art of War because they not understanding, how to be tactical, in what you're doing and what I'm teaching, I give them The Art of War, So.
Well, what would you encourage a young student athlete in high school? Social media is taking over, Coach. Well, how would you encourage them about their social media?
I would say use it, but don't abuse it. Like, use it, but don't abuse it. Like, don't be so much infatuated into it. Work more on your process. And that's what I was telling players yesterday. Like, while you sitting there posting TikToks and, doing everything, that's fine and cool. But that player that when that day comes, when you have to meet him, that day you might have been posting TikToks and looking on Twitter and who got this and who got that, man. He wasn't on it. He was on the field. You get what I'm saying? So, you're going to get offers on that grass at the end of the day. You ain't going to get it from sitting on your phone all day. So I try to tell them, just use it enough to be able to figure out, okay, where's this camp, where's that? And then once you need to figure out that information, everything else should just be strictly weight room. I'm in the class and I'm on the field. Like, that's it. I wouldn't encourage them now to be on it because there's just so much that's on there right now in the football realm of college football and Twitter. It's like, it's insane,
Yeah.
So I would tell them, maybe use it once or twice to figure out, okay, where's this game? Where's this camp? Do I need to reach out to this coach? If not, then I would just say, man, just keep working, keep grinding, because when you get there, they're going to follow you on Twitter anyway, So, it's the Twitter world is crazy right now.
Absolutely. I appreciate that, Coach. Man, I'm glad you took the time to, talk to, my fans. A lot of kids, a lot of parents need every word that you said. They need to know that. And that's what I do. My push is, and I've coached for a long time. I started coaching Little League in like 2006, right?
Okay.
And right now, so I'm not coaching on the field or on the basketball court. Right now, all I do is, this is how I coach. This is my way to give back to the kids, to the communities. And so this was one of the best, perfect interviews that I've had in a long while. And you're going to help inspire somebody. This interview is going to take somebody to the next level. And, I just greatly appreciate you taking the time to even give that. Now, Coach, what I am trying to do, obviously, is try to build the platform, get as much insight. If there was somebody that you knew that you would like to see on the show, who would that be?
I got a few guys in mind. So I got one of my close friends that coaches up here, man. His name is Hakeem Gray. Really good D-line coach, one of the best D-line coaches in the country, real sharp. He's our assistant head coach. That's one. We got a great wideout coach here named Coach Matt my bad, Coach Mack. So he's our wideout coach here. And then I got a few guys that's from California. I got a really good friend of mine. He's a D coordinator at one of the top junior colleges in California. He'll get on here too as well. I think you'll like his energy. You'll like his spirit. And like I said, he's a really good junior college coach, which, you know, that's nothing but underdogs. You go JUCO, like, you know, it's hard to make it out of JUCO. You know, he's doing a very good job. You know, I believe in the next year or two, he would probably step out of the junior college and enter into the FBS, FCS world. But he's a young coach too, as well, knowledgeable, sharp. All three of those coaches, our wideout coach here, Keyshawn McClain, Hakeem Gray, and Kevin Puckett. Those are three names for sure that I would put up off the top of my head that'll come on here and give some gems.
Man, I would love for you to make that happen for me. You know, we'll stay in contact. That'd be great.
Man, I'll make it happen. Like I said, you know, everything is about helping. Everything is about, you know, connection and building a bridge and stuff like that. And if I know somebody or know anything, I don't have any issues on letting anybody else know. Like, so, you know, those three are really sharp coaches right now.
Nice. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get that linked up. Coach, what's your dream job before we get off here?
Right now, you know, and a lot of people ask me, I don't really have a dream. I don't have a exact dream job, but I know if I put my all into it, I'm going to end up at a place. My dream job, my dream goal is to get as many in my corners or as many players that I recruit graduated and successful in life or at success at the next level, period. At the end of the day, like, I want to get my players graduated, get the paper in their hand, have their families happy and smiling and stuff like that, and being able to go to sleep at night knowing that me as a coach, me as a person in their life, never gave up on them and never let up off of them. So that's my dream goal, you know. And then the job and the accolades, I know all that stuff will come with it.
Absolutely, Coach. That's awesome, man. Thank you for taking the time to join Exigent Sports. I'm not going to hold you much longer. We're going to move forward. But I'll tell you what I am going to do. For those of you that are still here with me, make one aware. Go ahead and please share. But better than that, I'm going to share in the comments later on his highlight film. You're going to want to watch that, right? And also, this is going to be on Wednesday. We can watch Exigent Sports every Wednesday, but this coming Wednesday, we're going to air this out, and we're going to make sure that highlight film is played. So we're going to go straight to the highlight of Coach Cam Haney when he was in high school, right? So you'll be able to check that out, all right?
All right, man.
Coach, thank you so much, man. Have a blessed day, man. Anything I can do for you, you make sure you let me know. Get in contact with those gentlemen, see if they be interested in joining the show, and we'll keep this rocking, man. Tell the guys out there at ETSU I said hello.
All right, I will, man. Thank you so much, man. And once again, thank you. Shout out to you, man, for just bringing me on here, man. And then I tell your son, and come to our game. He needs to come see it. And stuff like that, man. Just give me a holler, show me a text, whatever, man. I'll get back at you. I'm going to get those guys on here, though.
That's a promise, Coach. I appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Have a great rest of your day.
You do as well. All right, guys. Coach Cam Haney, Exigent Sports, D110, BBB Communications. Sorry to interrupt this program. I know, but hey, sharing is caring. Make sure you share. Make someone aware, and please share. Sharing is caring. Go ahead and share this right now while we take this quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
It's the best 6 days of summer. The Anderson County Fair, July 15th through the 20th. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Kids 15 and under get in free. It's all the fun and rides that you love at the fair. Regular admission is $10 per night or $40 for a season pass. And you can pay one price for all the rides. There's nightly entertainment and cash giveaways. And don't miss the 16th annual truck pull on Thursday and Friday. The Anderson County Fair, July 15th through the 20th. Be there for the best 6 days of summer.
Dad always worked hard, and even though he could never tell me exactly what he did at the lab, I knew he was doing it for us. He was always there for me, for all of us. But now it's my turn to keep him safe. It's good to know there's help.
To find out how to get all the benefits you or your loved one has earned with their medical benefits card, call the home option and see how we can help.
Commercial Metals Company is still a locally operated company that's serving the people of East Tennessee with convenient hours of operation. Commercial Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing is too big or too small. Still have that old clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Commercial Metals are specialists in commercial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Commercial Metals encourages you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. Member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Commercial Metals Company. Turn that scrap into cash.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
I know it's old-fashioned, but I don't have a cell phone. So when my landline cut out, we just felt so isolated.
The power was down on the entire block. It was a Saturday, so the kids were home. Hey.
I wouldn't say that I'm addicted, but when I lost my cable and internet, I was paralyzed.
You have no idea what they put me through.
And all because my neighbors didn't call 811. Did they, honey?
For more information, visit www.call811.com.
Oh, no. Not again.
Yo, what's going on, E? How you doing?
What's up? I'm good.
Good, man. We had some technical difficulties getting this started, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Sound issues, video issues, but we're on, man. Thank you for joining Exigent Sports. I really appreciate you, E. You're one of my favorite basketball players, man. So it's summertime. How did your sophomore season go at Oliver Springs?
Sophomore season we didn't win as much. We went like 16-14. I averaged about 18 and 6-6. So I did pretty good, but the team, we didn't win as much.
Yeah, no doubt. What about school? How'd your sophomore year go as a sophomore? How was that? Getting that out the way.
I always liked school. I like going. I kind of miss it right now. It's good to have some breaks, but I like school. I like going to class every day. I mean, A and B student, so.
Yeah, nice. That's awesome, man. Well, it's summertime, and the reason why we're doing Exigent Sports right now is you see I'm outside because it's summertime. We get a break for school, man. What are you going to do for the summer? Do you have any plans? Have you been on vacation? Are you going on vacation? What's the deal?
Well, right now for like 3 weeks, it's just straight basketball, and then I leave for the beach on the 20th with Jackson Jet, and then I come back. We go for like a week, and then I come back, and then I leave again the 30th for the beach again with my family, and then after that, it's just kind of get in the gym, work out, go to elite camps, and then we're back in school after that.
Good deal, man. And that's one thing I want to know. Are you going to some camps too, you know? What camps are you going to that you know of?
Okay, this Sunday I'm going to LMU, I think. I think that's the one I'm going to. And then I'm going to Lee in August, Austin P June 15th, I think. And then ETSU, I think, in August too. I think those are the 4 I'm going to. Yeah,
nice. So how long of a summer break do you have? Do you know when you go back for school? When do you start your junior year?
Well, this year's a little bit different. We go back earlier, so we go back July 31st, I think.
Okay, wow. So how much basketball are you getting in a day to prepare yourself to go to these camps?
Right now we had like 2 games a day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So just whenever I got time, I'm always in the gym trying to, just work my skills. So I'd say 2 times a day is where I'm in the gym.
So the high school is already playing basketball games, summer games?
Yeah.
Now, do you guys work out for that, like lift weights and do agility drills and conditioning?
Well, it's a little bit different because the football players still have football practice, so we haven't been working out. So we usually start working out right after the dead period ends. And then that's when September is when we start conditioning. So we wait a little bit before we start working out and stuff, just because football players have football practice, then basketball practice, then games. So we just wait till we work out and start conditioning.
Got you. So, pretty much this is just to see who you are, where you could be potentially.
Yeah.
You got some upcoming freshmen coming in. How many?
We got like 7 or 8 maybe, but 3 that really all play.
Okay, nice. So you have some numbers coming up at least to help you guys out. Everybody come back from last year, or I know you lost Dakota Atkins. Did you lose anybody else?
Yeah, we lost 4 seniors: Javen, Dakota, Hayden, and Marcus.
Barden.
Yeah.
Okay, and who were the other 2?
Hayden Wright and Marcus Lawson.
Oh wow. So you guys are young.
Actually, we're kind of senior and junior field this year.
Nice. So who's going to be that leader of the team besides you, obviously? Who's that senior that's going to kind of give you guys a spark?
I'd say they're not really vocal, but I'd say Mason Day or Cole Jackson, kind of just like fiery on the court, real competitive. I'd say those are kind of the leaders on the court.
Nice. Same coaching staff, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
How's it like playing for your pops, man?
I love it and I hate it.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Yeah, well, I understand that for sure. I know, I've coached for a while, and I got the chance to coach my kids, and I probably feel like they feel the same way. They love it, but they hate it at the same time. My youngest son, I can't get him to play ball anymore unless I coach, but it is what it is. So Olive Springs High School, you guys are building a great tradition. I always had a great tradition, but you're building a great culture out there. The football team did pretty good, and I seen you in the stands several times out there at those football games. That's something you're going to continue to do?
Yeah, I hope. Just depends on how big the student section gets. If it gets low numbers, I might have to just walk away and go.
Okay. But you guys are becoming something big out there in Olive Springs. I don't see low numbers in the student section. What excites you the most about football season?
Those are just all my friends playing. I like seeing them succeed. I always see them putting in the work, so I like seeing them. Hopefully, state championship, because I want Olive Springs to be as big as possible. So if the football team's good, that's just more eyes on the whole school. So hopefully they win a state championship, bring more eyes to the school.
Absolutely. I'm rooting for you guys too. That sounds good. That'll be awesome. So in this off season, I know you said you have games that you're playing with the high school already. Is there anything that you're doing outside of, your games or your practices with the high school to help yourself improve?
Yeah, I tried to hit the weight room a little bit more just to get bigger, stronger, faster. I go to the weight room, then I go shoot, or I go to NLP and train with Sean Green and Avery Jamison and those guys.
Oh, nice. And I was going to ask you too, do you have a trainer? Who is your favorite trainer?
Well, the 2 I go to, they're just so like different styles. Sean's more of just like skill training, and then I'd say Avery's more of like in-game stuff. So those 2 you can't really pick. I like both those guys.
Nice. Then does Avery come to next level performance?
Yeah, he does. I think he's there Monday and Tuesdays, and then Sean's there on Thursdays.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Do you get any time by yourself outside of those guys and your dad, just to get some shots up, get your thoughts, anything like that?
Yeah. I go to the gym by myself after I work out. My dad's there sometimes, but he's not always in the gym, so I'm just there by myself, just doing whatever I can.
Now, I see a lot of NBA players and college players, when they're working out by themselves, they have some earbuds in or some headphones on. Is that something you do, or do you dial in a different way?
When I'm just by myself in the gym, I don't really wear headphones. I'm just it's just silent in there. That's just how I feel.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But during games, I listen to music in the locker room. That's how I get dialed in for games. But when I'm by myself in the gym, it's just silent. Nice.
Who's your favorite artist, man? Who gets you pumped up? What music gets you pumped up?
This year, I listen to probably a lot of Lil Baby, just guys like those. That's really who gets me locked in during the game.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, you've been playing basketball for a very long time. You know how long it's been?
I don't remember. Ever since I can remember, that's how long I've been playing.
Yeah. Well, you've always been the leader of your team, man, and you've always did great things. And I'm happy to ever even have a chance to even get to coach you. So it's always been awesome, to watch you play. And I got a question for you. I know you're probably not going to do it, but have you ever considered wearing 43?
I've tried changing numbers, but my dad will not let me change from 23. That's the number I will wear the rest of my life. 23 is.
Yeah. Shout out to Michael Jordan, though, right?
Yep.
So let's talk GOAT talk, right? We're going to come back to that number thing in a minute. But I'm a huge Kobe Bryant fan. That's my GOAT of all time. I believe the greatest of all time is Michael Jordan, Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and even now LeBron James. But people only talk about two, and that's LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Who's your GOAT, man?
You want my GOAT or like the GOAT? Which one?
I want both.
Well, the GOAT is Michael Jordan. He's the greatest of all time. But my GOAT is Russell Westbrook.
Oh, wow. What brings you on what makes you like Russell Westbrook?
He's just very intense. He doesn't care about anything. He just brings so much competitive fire that sometimes people don't get, but I feel like that's how I play. So I just kind of try to model my game after him. Maybe not as jumping as high, but the fiery and competitive spirit in him.
He's definitely a competitor. So that's pretty awesome. I didn't figure you say that, but that is a good matchup for you. Like, I can actually see that because you have a fiery ambition when you get out there on that court, and there's nothing that's going to stop you from getting what you need done. And so I see that in you. That's pretty awesome. So are you going to start working on those hops, man?
I actually was popping rim. Like, I could pull it down a few months ago, but then I sprained my ankle, and it kind of set me back a few months. So I'm going to try by hopefully this year I can start getting back to that, but it's hard.
It is hard, especially if you can't palm the ball.
Yeah.
I was a jumper, man. I can jump as high as anybody in the gym, but I couldn't palm the ball. So when it came to dunking, I missed every single time. I made one dunk, and it was a toilet bowl. Said, so that was my claim to fame of dunking. It was easier for me to catch an alley-oop. However, I didn't work on my hops as much, and if I can jump just this much higher, I would have been able to really smash it down. So I highly encourage you to continue working on that, man, because if you get those hops, man, you'll definitely be a Russell Westbrook, But the thing is, you probably already today can shoot better than Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
So let's go back to that number thing, man. I've always asked you to wear number 43, right? And the reason why is because I can see the student section have this big poster. One says E, one says 4, and one says 3. E43, E43, E43. Like, I can really see that. But I know your dad is not going to let that happen. So we got to figure out what we're going to do in the student section to get them, pumped up. You plan on doing some big heads or E23 or something like that in the student section?
Whatever they come up with, I'm fine with. I think last year they had some E-Dog posters. That's usually what they do. Just whatever they come up with.
Well, I like E for 3, man. So what was your 3-point percentage?
I think like 36%, is somewhere in that range.
Okay. Plan to bring that up this year, I suppose.
Yeah.
36 is not bad, but it's not great.
Yeah. I shoot a lot of threes, so hopefully I can make a little bit more.
Yeah, no doubt. So what is your plans for your guys this year? What is your immediate goal for the Alva Springs High School basketball team?
Definitely a state tournament run. I feel like that's an attainable goal, and I feel like we can do it.
No doubt. What kind of got in your way this past season?
Jordan McCollum.
who was on his way to Murray State and was the Mr. Basketball. So he's Mr. Tennessee. And so, I definitely can see that. The guys over at Jellicoe, is that kid, he graduated yet?
Yeah.
So he's out of there too. Do you see Jellicoe being a good contender as well?
This year?
Yeah, this year coming.
If I'm going to be honest, no.
Right. Who's going to be your hardest competition?
I'd probably say Midway is probably the hardest. Harriman's got a good squad, but we've handled them in the past, so I'd like to say that's going to be the same this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm excited, man. I'm looking forward to how you guys perform and what happens with you guys. You know, I'm going to be there to support you. Hopefully I can get my media pass and I can come into more games this year, right? Hopefully recording as well. So I'm excited about that. I'm always going to be on Exigent Sports. Right now, this Exigent Sports in the summer, we're just trying to see what our student athletes are doing. Ethan is definitely one of my favorite basketball players, hands down. You have been for a very long time. I wish you the best in your future. I'm definitely going to always be there to support you. And if there's anything you need from me, make sure you reach out to me, okay?
Hold on, one more thing.
Yeah.
I got to give a shout out to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I was thinking about saying it last time I was on here, and then I didn't say it, so I made sure I got to say it this time.
Another reason why you're my favorite athlete, dude. And that's awesome. And you wouldn't let me go without that. And without him, you know, we're nothing, you know.
Yeah.
We're already peons as it is compared to him. But for you to take the time to give him a shout out, that's another reason why you're my favorite athlete, dude. You're amazing, man. I appreciate you, E.
Yep, you too.
All right, have a good one.
You too.
All right.
Innovation is what allowed us to reach for the stars. And now, to reach for the ignition without changing your oil for what feels like forever. Introducing Oil Guard, a Ferris exclusive. This innovative Vanguard oil system lets you go 5 times longer between oil changes. Along with Ferris's patented suspension system, you'll cut faster, mow longer, and reduce maintenance.
Prescription drug misuse is a prevalent and potentially fatal problem. When people do not properly monitor, store, and dispose their medications, it can create an opportunity for misuse. Count it. Make it a goal to count your pills once every 2 weeks. Lock it. Secure your medications at home. Drop it. Drop off unused or expired medications for proper disposal at any police department in Anderson County. For more info, visit asapofanderson.org. Brought to you by ASAP of Anderson. Prevention works.
Commercial Metals Company is still a locally operated company that's serving the people of East Tennessee with convenient hours of operation. Commercial Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing is too big or too small. Still have that old clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Commercial Metals are specialists in commercial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Commercial Metals encourages you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. Member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Commercial Metals Company. Turn that scrap into cash.
It's the best 6 days of summer. The Anderson County Fair, July 15th through the 20th. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Kids 15 and under get in free. It's all the fun and rides that you love at the fair. Regular admission is $10 per night or $40 for a season pass. And you can pay one price for all the rides. There's nightly entertainment and cash giveaways. And don't miss the 16th annual truck pull on Thursday and Friday. The Anderson County Fair, July 15th through the 20th. Be there for the best 6 days of summer.
Dad always worked hard, and even though he could never tell me exactly what he did at the lab, I knew he was doing it for us. He was always there for me, for all of us. But now it's my turn to keep him safe. It's good to know there's help.
To find out how to get all the benefits you or your loved one has earned with their medical benefits card, call the home option and see how we can help.